it is an unit solid dosage form. Unit solid dosage form. Okay. Whenever we are talking about unit solid dosage form, you must should know one thing, that is what is dosage form. Okay. So what is dosage form? Again, dosage form is nothing but a pharmaceutical drug product. Pharmaceutical drug product contain most important thing, that is API, active pharma ingredient, and excipients in a particular state. That means it can be solid, liquid, semi-solid, or gaseous. Okay, in an appropriate dose. So very important thing is, without the dosage form is nothing. Okay, there is particular dose, and that API has to be with excipients. Why so? Because alone API, like suppose I'm talking about tablet now. So tablet, the thing is, it is solid dosage form. Over here the state is mentioned, it is solid. Now when the solid form, the API dose, it may vary about from 20 mg to maybe 400 mg at the max. Maximum time alone API is not possible to convert into a dosage form. So that's why we need the first important excipients known as bulking agents or diluents. Okay, these diluents is used to increase the bulk. The moment the bulk is increased, okay, along with the API, then we get a powder mixture which can be used for further processing. Now, as you know, powder is very difficult to handle because of weight loss. Okay, it causes the weight loss. So that's why we prefer that powder should be converted into very uniform form, that is known as granule. Okay. Now during this granulation process, we may add granulation. We may add another excipient known as binder, okay, to form granule. Now there are disintegrant also we add. Disintegrant, if we add with the binder, it can be intragranular, and if it is if we are adding after the form of granule, then it is extra granular. Okay, so the thing is, now as of now this is our flow. So first of all we should discuss about the diluent. Okay, what are the diluents is required for tablet manufacturing, because the diluent is extremely important, because that increases the bulk. Okay, so now if I can classify diluent into elastic diluent and the plastic diluent. Why these two types? Because elastic diluent is resist the deformation. Okay, it is resist deformation, where plastic diluent, they are capable of deformation. Capable of deformation. This is a very important concept. So we have very useful plastic diluent known as MCC, microcrystalline cellulose, whose brand name is Avicel. This is a very famous one of the GPAT question. So MCC. Then for elastic, we have the first name known as lactose, whose brand name is Pharmatose. Okay. Now the thing is, we cannot use one excipient in a large quantity, because if it is become more elastic, then the powder which can be formed into granules, they resist the formation of the tablet. Okay, if it is more plastic, maybe the toughness won't be there to form the tablet. Okay, the rigidness. So that's why it is always that we should use in combination. But now for lactose, we prefer the anhydrous form of lactose. Why? Because the moment we use hydrous form of lactose, it shows a typical reaction known as Maillard reaction. Maillard reaction with specifically drug contain amine group. Okay, like sulfonamide or any amine containing group. Okay, drugs, they form a Maillard reaction, which is a brown discoloration of the tablet, which is, it loses its elegancy. So that's why we do not prefer for the hydrous lactose. We go for anhydrous lactose, right? And anhydrous lactose can be also used for, there are two type of granulation method. I'll be discussing very soon. One is your wet granulation and one is dry granulation. Wet granulation method and the dry granulation method. Now, in anhydrous lactose, we can use for the dry granulation technique because it do not contain water, right? So after that anhydrous lactose, we also use sucrose. Now for the sucrose, we have some brand name, that is Nutab, which contain 95% sucrose, and Dipac, DIPAC, which contain 97% of sucrose. Okay. Then normally in lactose, we have the first, there are two type of grade, that is 60 to 80 mesh, which is known as coarse form. Okay, coarse form, and 80 to 100, it is a regular form of lactose. Okay, that depends upon the requirement. We can use 80 to 100 or 60 to 80. Now coming to the next steps, that if we are not using sucrose for chewable tablet, we go for mannitol or sorbitol. Okay, these are the things we can go for it. And sometimes we also use spray dried lactose, that is spray dried lactose. But normally in chewable tablet, we prefer these two. Mannitol, because it contains negative heat of solution, it gives you a cooling effect. Okay, that's the reason. Now after that, very rarely we use diluent as a diluent, that is starch. Starch as a diluent, very rarely we use. We either go for lactose or go for MCC. But if we go for starch, then we have direct compression